I've been pondering a couple of things lately. One of them being choices, because choice is always there, always looming. And how do we go about making the right choice? And is there even a right or wrong choice? Or is it all about what we do after we've made the choice? That's been coming to my mind a lot lately, pondering that, which may be another video entirely. But the other thing coming to my mind is the word belonging, to belong. I woke up one day recently, just in a sleepy haze, as we do when we first wake up, and I had this feeling of not belonging anywhere. I live alone. I'm used to being that way. Even if people are around me, it still feels like I'm alone a lot of the times because I'm not truly present, I don't believe, in the moment that I find myself in. A lot of times I'm thinking in my head and I realize there's some performative thing happening when I'm around people. Doesn't mean I don't care about people, doesn't mean I don't love people, doesn't mean I don't love to connect with people. I do, I enjoy it all. But a lot of times I realize that I'm in my head and there's some sort of performative act going on, even if it's to a mild degree, which I would say it is to a mild degree. There are some people that just get me totally out of my mind, totally comfortable in my body, and I feel like I don't have to wonder what to say or what someone's thinking or what I have to do in that dynamic, in that moment that I'm with them. But because I do have that aspect about me, it's hard to feel like I really belong. And I didn't really have a family that I would call family that I felt comfortable in. In fact, I felt very uncomfortable and stressed inside of my family unit. So I feel like it's a lingering thing. It's residue from a very young age, not really feeling like I belong and in search of belonging. And sometimes, especially when you wake up in the middle of the night or when you first wake up in the morning about to embrace the day, we don't have that same level of thought. It's more of a feeling. We have more of a feeling. And there was this lingering feeling when I woke up recently of, I just want to belong. I just want to live with someone. I just want to be a part of a community, be in a circle where I really feel comfortable amongst those people. I feel like I'm a valuable part of that system, that community, that dynamic, whatever it is. But realizing as well that I just feel like for 37 years, like I don't belong. So I've got a little bit of time off work lately, and today I did a little bit of writing, and I just want to read aloud this writing. It was very much a free flow session of writing, so I haven't even read it back yet in its entirety, and I haven't really analyzed parts of it. It's going to expose a lot of my mind. I found it an enjoyable process. I'm sure that there is vulnerability, ego tied in there, hurt tied in there, redemption of some form tied in there, masking, projection. But I just want to read this piece of writing, which I titled Belonging. So you say you want to belong, you want to be a part of it all, like the leaves falling, the dog pissing, the homeless man taking another swig of beer on a bench on a Wednesday, everything just seeming like it fits, and you just want to be a part of it all, like you belong a part of it all. Yet your actions say and show the opposite. You're defiant, nonsensical, you resist life. You throw pebbles now and again and leave breadcrumbs in obscure areas to whisper to the world, you are here, thinking it will yell back, see you and invite you in. But by the time the world looks towards where you were, you're already gone, off scattering crumbs somewhere else where you don't want to belong. A constant game of cat and mouse, no catch, no cheese, no belonging, just whimpering, yawning, chasing and fawning. Belonging would feel like defeat, like you've finally been seen, finally been caught, a life you've fought. It has now won. You can no longer pretend you're not one and separate from the rest. Finally, you've met your test, so you go on alone, knowing that you go on alone, yearning to belong, but knowing that feeling is wrong. After all, humans are beastly ignorant things, you tell yourself. Would you really want to feel like you belong in that race? No, you want to be gone without a trace. Well, almost. You still leave breadcrumbs, messy boy, leaving someone else to clean up your desperate failing attempts to be seen, to be loved. But you know you'll never join them, so you just sit back and pretend with your pen and your great escape in mind, dodging bullets of belonging. So, to me, when I read that back and I look at different parts of that, it's me sitting on a park bench like it was today when I wrote that, looking outward, seeing people, seeing someone walk their dog, seeing a homeless man beside me sharing the same bench as I was on, and seeing the leaves blow past my feet, and just feeling like everything has its place, a synchronicity, a certain connection, especially whenever people just are themselves, just doing whatever they're doing, whether it's animal, person, nature, the leaves, the trees, whatever it may be. Sometimes when I look out, it just feels like things have its place and they're in place, or I feel like I'm detached. I'm trying to, wanting to be a part of it, but also trying to step back, fearing to be a part of it. Like I mentioned in the writing, you'd finally be seen, and that's a scary thing for me, to be seen, because I always feel like I'm going to mess up, or I have messed up, so I'm going to be caught, I'm going to be punished. No one's going to embrace me in this fight to belong. If I ever do get too close to that feeling of belonging, I might get in trouble, I might get betrayed, I might get let down, I might get hurt. So I've designed an idea as well of what I think humans are. I look towards wars in the world. I look towards abuse within families, abuse in workplace, abuse within races, within genders, oppression. I look towards these things, towards animal abuse, just these different things to reinforce this idea that humans, as I wrote, are beastly ignorant beings. Why would I want to belong a part of the human race? But again, that's a protective armor there, an idea, not seeing the really shiny, beautiful, great, magical parts of humanity, which I know deep down there are, and even on the surface level I know there are, but by always reminding myself of the bad that humans have done and that humans can create, then it's another barrier, another way for me to feel justified in my stepping back and watching it all and writing about it all, as opposed to actually feeling a part of it all and belonging. And to tie it all up, because there is a desire for me within the creation of these videos to reach other people. I do want my words to be a bridge towards other people, to connect dots. That's what I've been trying to do for most of my life, connect dots and trying to just connect in general. So I know there's a lot of people out there that feel the same, that are watching life and not really a part of life. And that probably also comes from, like me, being a part of a family where you felt like you didn't belong and you resisted because it was just too much, it was too overwhelming. And then that has trickled on to later stages of your life. And that is a sad thing and a thing to acknowledge and be respected. At this stage of my life, I don't want to blame people. I don't want to look back and blame my parents, because then how far does that go? Then I go back to their parents and their parents and their parents, and I can stretch it back to the beginning of time. You know, there's things that happen that causes these things. And that kind of ties me around to the start of this video, choices. You know, we may have some sort of system, some sort of chemical imbalance, some sort of trust issues, other issues, but it doesn't mean that we can have better intent each time we make a new choice to just do a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And most likely you are doing a little bit better, which is actually helping you to trickle into slowly trickle into belonging, but also more importantly, trickling into you not belonging a part of a community, but belonging inside of your body, inside of your mind, which is where I think we really want to reside. We really want to feel like we are here. It's okay to be here. It's okay to be who we are. And it's okay if we want to build the bridge and connect with others and know that we have a place with others. But it does come back down to choices and what we do with the choices that we make, and respecting and being proud of yourself, being able to step outside yourself for just a small moment to acknowledge when you have done a little bit better. Because sometimes we mess up a lot. I mess up a lot, but I need to take stock of the little moments that has got me a little bit further along, and maybe I feel like I can belong.